So I noticed the doctor. So tell me, what type of doctor are you?
I am a doctor of chiropractic. I went back
Nice.
to school as a elder. I started chiropractic school when I was 38. 3 kids, a husband, 2 dogs, a house. And I was like, you know what would be a good idea? My husband was at work already, and I had gone into the bathroom and I was standing and I was sort of looking down at one of the kids and probably the baby who was maybe 18 months at the time. And I just happened to like the other two are fussing and carrying on. I can hear them arguing. The dogs are barking, and
Mhm.
the baby is like fussing. And I pick him up and I stand up, and now I'm looking eyeball to eyeball with myself in the mirror. And all of a sudden I had this sort of realization that I wasn't as far along as I thought I would be. I wasn't nearly as successful as I imagined.
Okay. So I was already shuffling with your energy, right? And so what came out was about women, right? So you were just talking about that, which is interesting because it says in this one, the trigger statement was, I take control, and usually triggers like a bad thing. But for you, what you were describing your situation is like what you took control of your life. Like you looked around, because it literally says, take a moment and allow yourself to see things from your heart center. So when you were talking about, you stood over their balcony, you looking down at your kids and you're like, okay, my life is not what I thought it was going to be. And then it says, from that place, allow your intuition to like guide you. And it sounds like that's what you did. It's like, I want something more, from my life, and wanting something different for my family. And especially with the signs and everything that you experienced in your life, what words of encouragement would you give to other women that are frustrated and right where you are, where their life is not where they thought it would be? What would you encourage them to say?
I absolutely love that question. So that had been pent up, and that I had decided that somehow I wasn't worthy of success and being loved unconditionally. That process of healing myself, turning into a book, was also something I never could have imagined happening. And being willing to be vulnerable and share, because it's a memoir, and being willing to share the really dark and ugly parts that I never would have wanted to talk about, let alone write about, has been the greatest blessing. And so what I recognize now about myself is that vulnerability is my superpower. It is not a weakness, it is your strength. And knowing that my strength has shown up in this way, I know for 100% certain that my life is now taking another turn, and the trajectory is for me to go out and connect with more women and be able to truly use my life as an example to remind women that they are worth every damn thing.
Okay, so that is beautiful. So I have this card here. Because of what the picture, I'm gonna have to show this to you after the show. We'll talk about this. But thank you, Dr. Naeema. Thank you.